We've all done it 1,000 times, right? You tap your card, you hear that little beep, and you walk away with your coffee. It feels completely instant, kind of like magic. But behind that one little tap is this incredibly complex, super high-speed choreography, a hidden dance of information and risk that makes all of modern commerce possible. So today, we're going to learn the steps.
I mean, have you ever actually stopped and thought about what's going on in that split second? Who is talking to whom to make that payment just go through?
Well, it's a process that zips around the globe in a heartbeat, and it involves a bunch of different institutions, each with a very, very specific job to do. It's not magic at all, it's a system. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how it works.
Okay, so the very first thing you need to get is that it's not just a simple two-way street between you and the store. At the heart of pretty much every single card transaction is what's known as the four-party model. That's right, 4 distinct players all working together in perfect sync.
So, let's meet the dancers in this whole payment choreography. Figuring out who they are and what they do, well, that's the key to unlocking this entire process.
First up, the most obvious one, the cardholder. And yeah, that's you. When you pull out your card, you're the one kicking the whole thing off. You're the one asking for the dance to begin.
And your dance partner, that's the merchant. This is the coffee shop, the online store, you name it. And by agreeing to accept your card, they've also agreed to play by the rules of the system and pay certain fees for that convenience. And that's a key detail to remember for later.
All right, now for the players working behind the scenes. The third party is called the issuing bank, or just the issuer. This is your bank, the one that actually put that card in your wallet. In this stance, think of them as your financial guardian, the one watching your back.
Now, what's really interesting is the risk the issuer takes on. They're the ones who give the final yes or no to the purchase. They're essentially betting on you, the cardholder, to pay your bill. And that's why they get to earn something called interchange revenue, which is a small fee they get for taking on that risk. It's also why if you ever have a problem with a purchase, you start the dispute or chargeback process with them.
And the fourth and final player is the acquiring bank, or the acquirer. It's pretty simple. If the issuer is your bank, the acquirer is the merchant's bank. They're the ones who set the merchant up with the ability to accept card payments in the first place.
So, the acquirer's job is all about managing the merchant's side of the deal. They make sure the money gets deposited into the merchant's account, but they also take on a totally different kind of risk. They underwrite the merchant, which is just a fancy way of saying they've vetted the business and are betting on it being legit and financially stable.
And this table just lays it all out so perfectly. You start the purchase, the merchant accepts it, but look at the really crucial part here. The risk is perfectly divided between the banks. The issuer's risk is you, the cardholder. The acquirer's risk is the merchant. This balanced separation of responsibility is what makes the entire system so incredibly strong.
Okay, so we've met all the dancers. Now let's actually watch the steps of the dance. This is what happens from the moment you tap your card to the moment the merchant actually gets paid.
It all happens in 3 ridiculously fast phases. First up, authorization. That's the split-second request that flies from the merchant through the acquirer all the way to your issuer asking, hey, is this person good for the money? Your issuer checks your account and sends a yes or no all the way back. Second is capture, where the merchant basically finalizes the sale. And finally, settlement. This is where the acquirer pays the merchant and your issuer puts that charge on your bill.
And this, right here, is the architectural genius of the entire system. By having each bank take on the risk for the party they know best, the whole network becomes incredibly stable. Your bank knows your financial history, and the merchant's bank vetted their business. This specialized risk management is what allows 2 complete strangers, you and a business owner, to trust each other instantly, anywhere on the planet.
So look, this isn't just some boring technical diagram. Understanding this model has real-world consequences for every single one of us. Why does this hidden dance actually matter?
Well, this 4-party system is the whole reason you can file a chargeback with your bank if something goes wrong. It's what determines the fees that merchants pay, which, can influence the prices you see. It defines the security standards that protect your data, and it is the very framework that gives us the incredible convenience of tapping to pay literally anywhere in the world.
And hey, it's not just for casual curiosity. As this quote from our source material points out, knowing who is responsible for what is absolutely critical in the world of finance and payments. It's what dictates who's liable, it defines all the processes, and it makes sure the whole system runs smoothly. So I'll leave you with a final thought to connect all these dots. The next time you get that really satisfying notification for 2% cashback on your purchase, just take a second to think about this 4-party model you just learned about. And ask yourself, where is that money really coming from? And who do you think is actually paying for it? The answer is hidden right inside the dance.